Hello, everyone. It is still morning for me, so I will give you all a good morning. However, it's like afternoon for most everyone else, so also good afternoon, I suppose. And welcome to the final day of the season, postseason. Here for the PBE, we've got our Miners World Series stream today between the Anchorage Wheelers and the California Firehawks.
Out of the
Later
park.
today, you will see Hummus Bauer and Legally Blind Gamer host the Majors World Series between two teams that I really should know, and I don't. So we're going to ignore that. But we're here to provide for you some fun minor league time. I am AU Gold, bringing you this stream today, and with me is my favorite other animal friend, Moosey.
Thanks for having me on. I'm always excited to.
What? Google! I wasn't talking to you! Why did you? Ah, sorry.
I'm ready.
All right.
Minor League World Series, everything it wouldn't be complete without having me around, you know.
And apparently, my technology is ready to also commentate, so we're gonna get her to do a single inning, I think. Chat's excited for you to be here. Dang, look at that. No, I'm just gonna let you do it all. Chat doesn't want me.
Oh, unfortunately, I can't do the stream, so I don't have the password,
Dang. All right. Well,
which is unfortunate. So,
yeah. Well, the password is ice cream, obviously, because that's what we all scream for. With that, we will get ourselves underway here. And as we have our first game, the password is overthrow hummus. You want my... Okay, hang on. AJ is saying my nameplate looks too small. Okay, let's...
extra big.
Yeah, there we go. Is that better for you, AJ? We'll make Moosey's bigger too. Super big nameplates. Gold is eating ice cream for breakfast. I wish I had a like a bagel sausage egg cheese sandwich thing. It's actually pretty good. Still looks tiny. Needs to take up. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Whoops. Not filters. So here we go. Let's jump into game one so we don't waste any time because we have. I was tagged already. What's happening here? Can I check if fatigue was reset from Enoch? Sure. I will do anything. Looks like no fatigue on the side of the Wheelers. Let's just check the Firehawks. Team should have the #1 starter, and no one in the pen should be tired. And nothing on the side of the Firehawks, so we look great to go. Mrs. Dirk is ready there. And for the Wheelers, we've got cap penalty. And there we go. So, yes, Poe. That is the answer to your question. With that, I don't trust anyone. Enoch's gonna rerun the sim after Moosey and I finish just to make sure it was done correctly. So don't be surprised if you see any changes later tonight. With that, here we go. Game 1 of the Miners World Series. We've got my team, former team, I should say, as Andrew Orm is now retired, the Anchorage Wheelers, previously led by, I see in chat there, Miss Obvious, who is excited to see the Wheelers in the World Series, and the California Firehawks, who Dirk told me he, I posted in chat earlier just the word Firehawk, and he said veto. So, yeah, that's how things are looking here. So we will get this game underway here in just a moment. Let's just first kind of, for overall, congratulate both of the teams here. It has been a long season, and they should be excited to be here in the Miners World Series. I got tagged already. What's your PayPal? 1. And looks like our total hits prediction is good to go. I'm going to take the Wheelers.
That's fair. I was gonna ask for the Firehawks
Fair enough.
because Sloth is my boy, and I get to commentate on Shu being bad. So
There we go. So
a win-win.
win for both of us. Let us get started. Game 1. In California, Anchorage does technically have the home field. Oh no, California would have home field advantage. I messed up.
California won that division,
Yeah.
so they have home field.
You know what? I set it up as Anchorage, California earlier, and then I switched it because I was dumb. So here we go. Dirk, shush. And I need a sneeze, so we're going to take pause for a second. Nope, it went away. That sucks. Here we go. Cap penalty versus Mrs. Dirk as your starting pitchers. JQ to lead things off here for the Wheelers, and game 1 is underway with a fly out to left field. Ness Kind, Mr. Miss Obvious in chat, is going to take a walk, so runner on first. I can turn BNN off, so let me go and do that really quick. Schneider will strike out swinging. So with Ness Kind on first and Larry Jones Jr. at the plate, they'll wait for Ness Kind to try and steal second, and that is successful. So runner in scoring position, little dribbler to the pitcher, and they'll get the third out at first to end the top of the first inning. So playoff World Series baseball is underway as we head to California.
Bottom of the first here, James Lutz will face off against Cap Penalty. Lutz will lead things off with a walk. Drew Leahy gonna squib one up to the shortstop. They are going to make a very close throw over at first. Styles Stern, a diving catch out there by the center fielder. Hauls it in, probably saved a run there. LaPrince Fry will ground out to the second baseman. The leadoff walk does not come around to score. We go down to top of the second, knotted at 0.
We got Max Powers gonna line this one with some power to left field, but easy play out there for Fry. Diamond takes a walk, so runner on first again. Jack's going to get down, though, so they'll advance the runner to second with a single from Jackson Flood. And Chonk Daddy is going to nail this one to left field, and that'll be a homer. A 3-run home run. I realized I had not set up my thing to do the... there we go, the gifts. There we go. 3-run homer from Chonk, and that puts Anchorage up 3-0. Outlaw Dipper's going to get this one into center field for a single. JQ's going to take a walk, and this inning is just going to continue. So runners on first and second for Ness Kind, who took a walk earlier. That's going to be an infield single for Ness Kind. Juices base for Schneider. That's going to drop down into right field and score another run. Station to station for Anchorage. Larry Jones Jr. is going to ground that one to the third baseman. 5-4-3 double play ends the inning, but not before 4 runs scored. Damage done.
California is already deep in a hole, but they got plenty of time here as Arthur Morgan will ground it out to the first baseman. Daniel Martinez deep in the hole is short, but will be thrown out. That'll bring up Curly Slumps. Slumps, that's going to go all the way to the wall in the left center gap. He has himself a 2-out double. Caleb Marco's going to go down swinging. California does pick up their first hit of the game, but they're still down 4 runs.
And the inning starting out the exact same way with Max Power. He's going to ground out to the shortstop this time. Richard Diamond is going to ground out to the second baseman. Jackson Flood takes a walk, and it feels like it's starting again. Chonk Daddy with a homer in his last at-bat last inning will ground to the second baseman. They'll get the fielder's choice. So no damage done this time from Chonk Daddy.
9-hole hitter French Fry gonna come up, gonna get himself a leadoff single over to right field. He's taking off for a second. He will be in there safely. James Lutz has a high fly ball in left field. That one will be gone. Just sneaks over the wall out there. 394-foot, 2-run home run by James Lutz. Cuts the lead in half. California is now only down by 2. Drew Leahy going to ground out first baseman. That is the first out of the inning. Styles Stern lifts one over into left field. That one will be caught for the second out. Prince Fry will drop one into left field. He will be on with a single. It'll bring up Arthur Morgan, but not before Fry is racing to second. He will be safe. Morgan's going to ground one over to the third baseman. Lofty throw over to first. Makes the stretching catch to end the inning. But California puts up 2 runs, cutting that lead down just to 2.
And this game, which seemed pretty gone from early on with a 4-run inning, is now a game again. Only a 2-run lead as Dipper's going to strike out there. JQ's going to fly this one to right field. Easy play out there. Neskind, are being 2 on base twice today, is going to fly out to center field though for the final out of that inning.
Bottom of the 4th, Danny Martinez is going to step up, grounds one in front of the plate. Catcher will make the throw on there for the first out. Curly Slumps will line one into left for the second out. Caleb Barco gets one over the head of the second baseman. Didn't want to range out into the outfield for that one. French Fry going to pop one up second baseman just before the outfield grass will make that catch. Still 4-2. We're going to the top of the 5th.
Schneider's going to ground this one to the shortstop for the first out. Larry Jones Jr. Hot shot to first, but they'll handle that one on their own. Max Power with a deep shot to left center, but caught just before the warning track. So a very easy 3-up, 3-down inning for Mrs. Dirk. Definitely needed for California.
Pat penalty still working in this one pretty well, but he'll give up an infield single to James Lutz, hitter of that 2-run home run earlier in the game. We got a productive out here as Leahy will ground out to the first baseman. Oh, but Lutz is caught stealing at third. Styles Stern will fly one out to left. There's the third out. A little bit of a base running mistake there. Probably could have tagged up on that fly ball. Maybe would have come around to score, but we'll never know.
Diamond up now, the one who just threw out Lutz at third, gets a single into right field to start the inning. Flood is going to line out to the second baseman. Chonk Daddy continuing a good offensive appearance, gets a single in the center. Outlaw Dipper's going to take a walk, and this is feeling familiar. James Gordon's on the mound now, who just gave up this walk. Base is loaded for James Q. Oh, they get the out at home. So no run scores there, and Neskind strikes out, getting out of the bases loaded situation, but just barely.
Some clutch pitching performance there. Prince Fry going to lead off the bottom of the 6th with a single. Cap penalty still chugging in this one. Hasn't even hit 80 pitches yet. Arthur Morgan will get a productive ground out to third as Fry will move to second. Martinez will strike out. It'll bring up Slumps. Slumps will loft one into left field, but it will be caught out there for the third out. We are to the top of the 7th. California still trailing by 2.
Schneider leads off the 7th inning with a strikeout. They say he was unable to hold up his swing, so he'll be going down swinging. Larry Jones Jr. strikes out looking, so James Gordon giving up only the 1 walk last inning, already at 3 strikeouts in this relief appearance. Gives up a second walk here to Max Power, so runner on first for catcher Diamond, who's going to take a walk as well. Back-to-back walks given up by James Gordon. And then a wild pitch is going to put them both in scoring position, so Jackson Flood just needs a single here, but is unable to do so. The grounder to the second baseman. We head to the bottom of the 7th here and sing our Take Me Out to the Ballgame.
Welcome back from stretch time. Caleb Marco going to lead things off here. That's a high fly ball over to right field, and that one is gone. 398-foot solo home run by Caleb Marco to lead off the bottom of the 7th. California is now just within 1. Anchorage might have left cap penalty in just a little too long there. Going to pull him for Flame Dragon. Left fielder French Fry will fly out to center. Lutz is hit. Maybe he had some words to say after he was caught stealing. He'll take off for second. We'll be safe there. Drew Leahy gonna ground out to the shortstop. Shortstop probably could have made the force tag there. Styles Stern will strike out swinging, but California puts up another run. They are now just inching closer, but they are running out of time.
Only a 1-run lead now for the Wheelers. Chunk Daddy going to ground out to the third baseman. Outlaw Dipper's going to strike out, looking for any sort of insurance runs as the bullpen seems to be kind of teeter. I guess actually all three of those runs were given up by penalty, wasn't they? JQ's going to get, barely called out at first. I thought that was going to be an infield single, but the umpire had a different result in mind.
It was close. Bottom of the 8th. Flame Dragon still in this one. Prince Fry going to lead things off with a single. Tying run is now sitting at first base for Arthur Morgan. Pops up into the infield. Shortstop will make that snag. They bring up Martinez. Martinez going to check the swing. He did not go. He will take his base. Go-ahead run is now at first. A double steal. They'll both be safe. That ball's going to get down in left. They're not going to send him. This game is tied. Curly slumps with an RBI single, knots this game up at 4. Caleb Marco going to get caught looking. French fry now. Go-ahead run sits at third base. He'll swing through strike 3. We are tied going into the 9th. California has rallied back from 4-0. See what happens in the 9th inning. It always gets fun here.
And with that, 3 outs to play for both teams and an entirely new game. Ness Kine strikes out. Might as well have just been 0-0 this entire time. Schneider takes a walk. Runner on first. Go ahead run for Larry Jones Jr. is going to send this one to center field. That'll be an out. Max Power looking for any hit, any offense today from Max Power. No. Flies out to left field, and that'll be the final out. So, Cards are in California's corner. Can they get a run?
We are in walk-off territory as Joey, the relief pitcher on the mound, James Lutz, will take a walk. Leahy gonna ground out. They're gonna just take the force play. Smart out there taking the force play at second. Leahy's gonna take off running. He will steal second. When he runs, sits in scoring position. That gets past the third baseman. Oh, they gotta send him. He comes around. Leahy will score. A walk-off single by Styles Stern, and California will take game 1.
Wow. That is...
Stern's in the chat. He was like, "Oh man, I haven't been doing anything all day." Well, you just won the game for your team there, my friend.
That is not exactly how I expected that game to end, but there we go. Game 1 goes to California. So Firehawks up 1-0 on the series. Let's take a look here at our offense. Fry goes 3 for 4 with a run. If that's not player of the game for California, most likely Lutz, actually. 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and a run. Chonk Daddy with the big homer early in the game goes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run. Pitching-wise, Crash Wagon does take the win. Joey will get a loss and blown save. Misses Dirk 5 1/3 inning with 4 earned runs. Cat penalty goes 6, giving up 3. James Lutz going 2 for 2. He's your player of the game.
I got hats off to California's bullpen on that one.
Yeah, they held it.
They held it down.
They held it at 4. Oof. All right, so we actually do have a singular change to make. California, if there's anything you need, now would be the time. But there was a requested change already for the Wheelers.
The Wheelers put this change in at 7 a.m. Central Time.
5 a.m. for me.
It was before any of us were awake.
I wasn't, yeah.
Which, I mean, thank you. Like,
I was still in bed at that time. So let's see, you wanted Turanga Leela to be set up at 6 or later and stopper. So there you go. Let me grab a screenshot of that really quick. There's that. And then in the lineup,
okay, so yeah, for the lineup, do you want that for both lineups? I guess is the question.
I was going to do that unless they said anything specific. I was making that assumption.
Yeah.
Swap those two.
Never assume, but you know.
Oh, I always assume.
Both lineups. Okay, both lineups. Cool.
There you And that's for both.
Oh, Dirk just submitted a slew of bullpen changes.
Okay. There we go. So
The Wheelers need to change add Apollo Somerville to the rotation.
Oh,
was another thing that they said.
Okay. Add Apollo Somerville to the rotation. So, I have to make it a 3-man rotation now. Boop. Boop. There you go. Okay. I'll get to the Firehawks here right now. Okay. Changes for game 2. Crash Wagon, you would like to be stopper 8th in... I got later in lead, Dirk. So I'm going to do that until you yell at me. Either got 8th in close or 8th or later in lead. And then high leverage, James Gordon, middle, normal usage, none. These are, I just, like, you can either choose 8th and later, or 8th or later in lead, or 8th and close. There's no later and close. 8th and close.
8th
okay,
and close.
Cool.
And then...
Okay, so I did James Gordon, middle, normal, none. Brian Wilson, middle, normal,
Girk
none.
Biglet.
And then Girk, who is currently has long relief, so you want him as middle relief.
All praise Girk Biglet.
Normal, and none. There you go. That should be everything you requested there. As you look over that, the Kingpins requested a look at their stamina, so there you go, stamina.
You mean the Toronto Geese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honk honk?
Yeah.
Can I get some honk honks in the chat, please?
Alright, we got a thumbs up from the Firehawks. We have silence from the Wheelers, so I'm assuming that is a thumbs up. Let us head in to game 2. Miss said it is good, so we are good. Honk is not spelled with a J. What?
Honk honk.
I hate all of you. We will head into game 2 here just shortly, as we got an over-under for the total number of runs. We've got a total of 10.5 as our over-under. I
mean, if game 1 is any indication, there were 9 runs scored, so...
I'm going over. I'm putting 10 points in on the over. I did 10 points. So we've got similar lineups here. We've got Beta Bombs to start off the game, though, for the Wheelers in this one, and John Camden Jr. to start things in the game for the Firehawks. So just different starters, slightly different lineups now. Richard Diamond in the 5th position, Max Power in the 6th. Other than that, this is still the same 2 teams, so nothing's changing.
Just gotta wait for this prediction.
Yeah, just waiting for the prediction to run down here. A little bit more, probably about another 30 seconds, and then I'll get going. So California leads the series 1-0. For anyone in chat that comes in and asks the question, what is going on? Just, you guys can point them to the top of the screen where it says California leads the series 1-0. Check Geese stamina. Oh, all right, hang on. Let me go find a Geese. All right, there's a Geese. Zoom in on it. Is that good enough stamina check for you there, Hummus? It's good Geese. And let's get going. Game 2. JQ to lead things off up against John Camden Jr. Grounder to the shortstop, and that'll be the first out. Ness Kind, fly ball to right field. That'll be the second out. Schneider, pop up in the infield. Second baseman's going to grab that one, and that will be the end of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, and a good start for California.
Bottom of the first here, we have game 1 player of the game, James Lutz, leading things off. He'll ground out to the shortstop. I'll bring up Drew Leahy. Gonna go down on strikes. That'll bring up designated hitter Wilkins McClobber. McClobber will take a walk. Style Stern steps in. Hero from game one. Just gonna be a fielder's choice. Take the easy out there at second. Same as the last game. We're knotted up at 0 with nobody really getting on base. So.
Larry Jones Jr. is gonna grounder to the second baseman, so easy out there. Richard Diamond flies out to left. Max Power fly ball to center field, and 2 3-up, 3-down innings for California. Much better start than last game.
First baseman LaPrince Fry gonna lead things off here in the second. Gonna get a hit down over into right field. Gonna bring up French Fry. French Fry gonna go down on strikes. That'll be the first out of this half. That'll bring up Daniel Martinez as Fry takes off for second. He will be safe, but the ball gets past the infielder, and Fry will scoot on over to third. Martinez gonna take a full count walk here. I'll bring up Curly Slumps. Slumps is gonna get one up the middle. California will have the first run of the game. It's an RBI single to score LaPrince Fry. There's on first and second, 1 out. Just gonna take the force at second. The ball gets past the third baseman. That'll score a run. Runners are racing around the bases, and Marco did not stop running. He will go first to home on the double by James Lutz. We'll bring up Leahy. Leahy gonna take a walk here. Bring up McClobber. McClobber gonna get a single up the middle. They are going to send Lutz. Lutz will be safe. Runners on first and second here. Still 2 outs. Style Stern pops one up. Second baseman calls off the first baseman for the third out. This is a mirror of what we saw last game, where Anchorage scored 4 in the second, so...
With California up 4-0 now, I was going to say the exact same thing. Jack Flood pops out to foul territory. Chunk Daddy's going to strike out. Outlaw Dipper is going to follow up that 4-run inning by California with the first hit for the Wheelers and a homer at that. 397 feet into the bullpen in left field. That's going to be the first run for Anchorage. So 4 runs for California, 1 for the Wheelers. JQ is going to follow that up with a single into right center field. Ness Kind is going to ground that one to the second baseman. So the inning ends there. But the runs have started to score.
Prince Fry gonna lead things off here. He will take a walk, full count, good eye there. This pitch was inside. French Fries, Prince Fry will take off for second. Ball gets away from the catcher. Fry will move up to third. A grounder over to first base, but that will score a run. Productive out there as the 2 Fries combine to somehow get a run across by themselves. Daniel Martinez will take a walk. That'll bring up Curly Slumps. Pops one up into foul ground. Third baseman will rush over to make that catch. Caleb Marco, high fly ball into deep left center field, but it will be caught out there. Had some good velocity off the bat, but just couldn't make it out of the park. But California does answer back from that solo home run, still up 4.
Schneider will ground that one to the shortstop, and he was unable to handle it. They'll be credited with a single as opposed to an error. Larry Jones Jr. flies out to right field. Diamond grounded to the shortstop, able to handle that one for the fielder's choice. Max Power is going to finally show off some of that power this series and get a double into left center field, which will score the run all the way from first. So now a 3-run game yet again here in California. 5-2 lead as Jackson Flood grounds out to the first baseman. But the game's still bouncing a little bit back and forth.
Beta Bomb still working on this one. James Lutz going to lead things off. Liner into right field. Drew Leahy going to get one down into left field. That will just be a single. Now bring up McClobber. Klopper gonna ground one, second to short, not gonna get the return throw to first to get the double play, just gonna get the force. Klopper off and running, will take second. Styles Stern gonna get one all the way down into the corner. McClopper was off at the sound of the bat. Will come around to score, just trading places. That'll bring up LaPrince Fry. Big Noof is gonna be the new pitcher in this one, and they're gonna trade places again. Styles Stern comes all the way around. Prince Fry will get himself a double. French Fry gonna take a walk here. Things seem to be getting a little bit out of hand for Anchorage. I'll bring up Martinez. Martinez gonna ground one to the second baseman. That will end the inning, but not before 2 more runs will score. Lots of small ball here for California, something you don't normally see.
And, whoa, a diving play in right field. Chunk Daddy's gonna get out. Outlaw Dipper grounded to the pitcher. So second out there, JQ's going to get on base, his second hit of this game. Neskine looking at 0 for 2, waits for JQ to steal second. Neskine liner to the shortstop, and that was a quick inning. No answer to the 2-run fourth from California.
Bottom of the 5th, we are now about halfway through this game. Curly Slump's going to lead things off with a single into center field. Just drops in front of Dipper. Taking off for second is Slumps. They'll ring up Marco, who's made 2 amazing catches in the field. He'll get an infield single as the exchange wasn't made in time. James Lutz off and running on the throw. He will get an infield single. That scores Slumps from third. Bring up Leahy out into center field. It will be caught out here. No tag up opportunity on that one. McClopper going to get one to center field. Diving catch out there. Saves a hit. Styles Stern ground out to the shortstop. Tosses over to his middle infield partner at second to get the third out. But another run comes and scores. Around lots of infield hits in this one. Man.
10 runs in total in this game, 1 more for the overs. Schneider's going to get that one into left field. Larry Jones Jr. is going to drop that one too. So runners on first and second here for Richard Diamond. Get that one past the shortstop. Bases are loaded. Max Power looking for getting some runs in, and that's going to be successful with a little liner into center field. That'll score 2. So the overs at 12 runs, and we still got plenty of innings left. Jackson Flood grounded to the first baseman. They'll get the out at second, but runners on the corners for Chunk Daddy. Takes a walk, and the bases are loaded again for Outlaw Dipper. Fly ball to center field. That should be deep enough. Runners from second and third will tag up. Score another run. Make this again a 3-run game. As JQ... Oh, a wild pitch. They'll score the run from third. And it's now only a 2-run game. JQ still at the plate, hitting 188. That's going to drop in, though, for a single. This run will score from second, and we've got ourselves a ball game, 8-7, with Neskind at the plate. 1 home run so far in the playoffs here for Neskind, though. That'll just drop in for a single into left. Runners on the corners again for Schneider, who will finally be the third out of this inning. But a 5-run inning for Anchorage makes this a 1-run game.
Well, Prince Fry going to lead things off here for California. Going to lead things off with a single. He's been doing that a fair bit so far in this World Series. Oh, the ball gets away. A little bit of a bobble there on the run. Try to juke him out. Ground out to third by French Fry. Danny Martinez gonna fly out to center field. Pop up into foul territory. First baseman reaches over to catch it. Leadoff single doesn't come back to bite him. Lots of base running and pass ball issues, and it's been a wild one so far.
And here we go. The tying run is now on first in Larry Jones Jr. as he gets a walk. That tying run is going to get around the bases. Get to second, though, with a single from Diamond. Max Power is going to get this one into left field, and we might have a tied game here in just a moment. Bases loaded for Jackson Flood. And they'll walk in the tying run here in the top of the 7th. So we have a fresh game again, everyone. Late in this game, these two teams are battling. Chonk Daddy with bases loaded. They'll get the ground to the shortstop. They'll get the out at home, but that will be it. One out, base is still loaded. And Outlaw Daddy with a huge homer here late in the 7th inning puts 4 more runs up on the board for Anchorage. We have a 12-8 game. One out here only, make that the second. JQ will strike out swinging. Ness Kind will strike out as well, but the tables have turned. California with a 4-run lead in the 2nd, Anchorage with a 4-run lead in the 7th.
This game has been back and forth and back and forth. Caleb Marco going to start things off here, flying out into right field. James Lutt's going to take a walk here. Get a little rally going. Kenny Kawaguchi is your new pitcher. As Drew Leahy's going to fly one into deep left center field, but it will be caught. Going to bring up McClobber. Leahy's off and running. He'll be tagged out. A gun by Diamond in this series. Gets him out at second base, stranding the runners. Still a 4-run game.
Running yourself out of an inning. Schneider pops this one up in the infield. Larry Jones Jr. grounds her to the shortstop. Richard Diamond will strike out. So exactly what California needed. A 3-up, 3-down quiet inning in an attempt to come back from a 4-run deficit.
Bottom of the 8th, they're running out of time. McClobber going to start this up by flying out into right field. Styles Stern, grounder over to third, has to make a quick throw. We'll get there. LaPrince Fry checks the swing, but doesn't matter. He went around at a strike 3 call. 3-up, 3-down by Anchorage. We go into the 9th inning.
Anchorage looking for some sort of insurance run. They've been here before with a 4-run lead. Max Power flies out to left. Jackson Flood will strike out. 1 out with Chonk Daddy. Big homer in game 1, but will strike out here. So California has the chance to take the tie or take the lead in the bottom of the 9th.
Bottom of the 9th, everybody's favorite inning. French Fry gonna start things off. That one's over the center fielder's head. Fry is racing around. He's going for 3, but no, he'll be gunned out at third. Oh, he was pushing for the triple, just couldn't make it. Daniel Martinez going down on strikes. Bring up Curly Slumps. Slumps going for a little bit of an infield hit. He will get there. So 2-out magic is what the Firehawks need, but they pop up just outside the infield. We'll get to the second baseman's glove, and Anchorage will take game 2. The series is now tied 1 apiece.
Wow. I I really don't know what to say.
Sim gonna sim.
Sim gonna sim. The Wheelers take a 12-8 win. The overs win the bet. Look at this roller coaster of a game, sitting in the bottom like 90% for California, only to go up and up like a roller coaster there without the drop. It's a very, very sad roller coaster.
It just keeps going up.
It just keeps going. You never drop. You just go right on up. Max Power finally showing off a little bit of that power here in the postseason. 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs and a run. Fry going 3 for 4 with an RBI, a walk, and 2 runs on the side of California. Noof takes the win for Anchorage, coming in relief, pitching 2 2/3 innings. Wilson takes a loss for California, giving up the 5 earned runs late in the game in 2/3 of an inning. Outlaw Dipper is the player of the game. FCC stamina after the travel day. Alrighty, let us go into play of the day. There is nothing going on here. Play tomorrow.
Travel day.
Alright, so the Firehawks would like to see some stamina.
One
So we've
Carlos
got
Crush Wagon.
we've got Camden is obviously dead tired at 26%. Mrs. Dirks at 50. Gordon is at 58, though 76 as a reliever. Crash Wagon is at 53. As the Firehawks type out what they want, Wheelers, would you like anything to be changed? We'd like you to have a great day. Well, it's always a great day when I get to commentate a game with Moosey.
This is true.
Thanks, DG.
DG, I appreciate it.
Crash Wagon to unspecified, yes, sir. That does leave usage option at normal and does leave his secondary role. Would you like that to be none? James Gordon as stopper with 8th and later lead and high leverage. Get rid of secondary role. Yep. There's your new bullpen. If all things look good there for you, Dirk. We will go ahead here and excellent. Take a look at game 3. We head to the north to the snowy wastelands of Anchorage.
Man, it's gotta be cold this time of year, you know?
It's true, it's October, so I don't know if the sun rises. But we will head to Balto Memorial Field at the Igloo and take a look at our starting pitchers. Kanye, no, that doesn't seem right. Am I crazy?
No, you're right.
I feel like that wasn't right. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Wheelers. I had to change the Wheelers pitching to Apollo. That's what it was. Okay. So yeah, Kanye North will start things for the Firehawks, and Apollo Somerville will start things for the Wheelers. Who okayed a team in this snowy wasteland? The Wheelers did. The Wheelers okayed themselves. We've got total home runs as our over-under at 1.5. Oh, it's more sunlight in the winter? Oh, okay. And with that, we will head on to game 3 as the series is tied at 1 apiece. And we have 3 consecutive games in the frozen tundra of Anchorage. What a change to go from, like, sunny downtown LA to Anchorage.
Yeah, you know. Who needs it? Apollo Somerville, your starting pitcher in this one, gonna get the leadoff hitter James Lutz to strike out to start the game. I'll bring up Drew Leahy. Only had a single right up the middle into center field. We'll bring up Stern. Stern's gonna go down on strikes. Was just sitting back and watching on that one. Leahy gonna take off for second. Will get caught stealing at second base. Dimes has been a rocket behind the plate for Anchorage in this series.
JQ will take a walk on over to first. Neskind grounder to the second baseman. They will bobble the play at second. Error on the shortstop on the throw. So still only 1 out right now as Schneider gets thrown out at second. Larry Jones Jr. fly ball to left. They will not send the runner. Runners on the corners as Schneider steals second base successfully. Diamond just threw out the runner at second. Will pop up in the infield and no damage done. as with 0 hits on the inning, Anchorage Wheelers get 2 people on base.
LaPrince Fry gonna lead things off deep in the hole. A shortstop will get thrown out. Unfortunately, they'll bring up Arthur Morgan. Morgan, high fly ball into left field, and that one is gone. 402 feet by the stinky shoe man himself. California takes a 1-0 lead here in the second. Bring up Daniel Martinez. They're gonna go back to back out there in left. 386 feet by Martinez. Back-to-back solo jacks by the California Firehawks, taking a 2-0 lead. That'll bring up Curly Slump. Slump's going to swing through, and he wanted to go back-to-back, but just couldn't make contact on that swing. That'll bring up Marco. Marco going to get a 2-out single down into center field. Bring up French Fry. French Fry swinging at one. Way outside, will go down on strikes, but California do put up 2 on some back-to-back solo jacks. We go bottom of the second. Steve Anchorage can answer.
Well, it's not a 4-run lead, but a 2-run lead for California as Max Power will fly out to left. Jackson Flood grounded to the second baseman, and Chonk Daddy gets a run back immediately for Anchorage with a solo shot to left. The fans in left field are happy. That is 3 homers their way, and I think that's the over already. Outlaw Dipper is going to get this one into right field with a single. The tying run at first, go-ahead run at home, and JQ fly ball to center field, and that will be an out. Already a 1-run game, but no 4-run leads.
The lineup is turned over for California as James Lutz is going to lead things off. He'll get one into the gap in right center, racing around second. He'll just stop there. He learned from some base running errors last game by one of his teammates. A grounder over to second baseman moves Lutz over to third. The ball gets past the first baseman. That'll be a run scored. RBI single by Styles Stern will score James Lutz. LaPrince Fry pops one up in the infield. Shortstop will call for it and will make the catch. Arthur Morgan steps in, hit that home run, wanted to do another one, but just couldn't hold up a swing on a rough pitch there. But California puts up 1. It is 3-1 going bottom of the third.
Well, 2-run lead again for California with Ness Kine striking out. Swinging, I just looked at Ness Kine's face.
Don't look at it.
I
That
did,
was your first
though.
mistake.
Schneider fly ball to center field for a second out. Larry Jones Jr. sends this one to right field, 400 feet. I'm pretty sure that was second deck. That was crushed by Larry Jones Jr. And it is a 1-run game again. Richard Diamond crushes one as well. Halfway up the first deck, 393 feet, and this game is tied. The balls are flying out of this stadium. 3-3 game with Max Power. He's going to strike out looking, and we head to the top of the 4th with a fresh game.
Oh boy, should have reset that total home runs bet to a lot higher. Diving catch in center field robs extra bases. Oh, the second baseman is playing the wrong kind of sport there. Kicks the ball, but makes a nice diving play on the next batter. Hot shot by Fry over to the third baseman. Has to make a good throw there to get the third out. Even with an error, nothing comes around to score. California puts up a 0. The second time in this game.
Flood grounds out to the first baseman with Chonk Daddy, a homer in this game, and a walk on base 2 times already. Outlaw Dipper grounded to the third baseman, 5-4-3 double play ends the inning, so silence from both California and Anchorage makes this a 3-3 game heading to the 5th.
James Lutz going to lead things off here with a lead-off single into right. Just a little bit of a blooper. Drew Leahy going to ground out to short. Not going to be able to turn the double play. It'll just be a fielder's choice. Styles Stern, high fly ball into right field. It will be caught out there for the second out. Leahy off and running. He will be safe. That'll bring up LaPrince Fry to the plate. That'll get past the third baseman. Are they going to send him? They will. Rounding third is Leahy. He will score. RBI single by LaPrince Fry. That'll bring up Arthur Morgan. Ground out to the second baseman. A race to the bag. Sim, what is that animation? That looked safe, but I guess he's out. That's fine. California takes a 1-run lead going bottom of the fifth.
JQ will ground out to the third baseman. Neskine follows suit. Quick 2 outs here for California. Schneider's going to get this one into center field. So, runner on. And Larry Jones Jr. is going to send that one to center as well. But that will be a fly out into center field. And, yep, that's it.
The parallels have stopped on the scoreboard. Daniel Martinez will lead things off with a single into left. That'll bring up Curly Slumps. Slump's going to fly one into right field. He's having a bit of a slump here in the World Series. They're going to get a fresh 6-4-3 double play here. As Caleb Marco hit one to the shortstop. Clears the bases. We had bottom of the sixth. California still up by 1.
Now would be the time for California heading late into this game. Diamond's going to fly out, or I think pop out to the shortstop. Max Power flies out to center field. And Jackson Flood strikes out looking, so California's lead seems to be secure for now. Kanye North is running on empty almost. Going to be time for the bullpen pretty soon.
Somerville's still working in this one. French Fry going to fly out. The third baseman ran way far from his post. Grounder to short by Lutz. That'll bring up Leahy. Leahy gonna ground one over to the shortstop. Long throw across. A little bit of a scoop at first, but we'll get the out of 1-2-3 inning for the Wheelers and Somerville. It's stretch time as we go bottom of the 7th.
Chonk Daddy. Kanye North still in this game at 90 pitches. Gives up a single to Chonk Daddy. Outlaw Dipper is gonna fly this one out to right field. Chonk should hold at first and does so. James Gordon now at the Whoa!
What?
Okay, James Gordon comes into pitch, and Diamond being the rock, or no, wait, that was for California. So Martinez being the rock behind the plate there for California picks off a guy at first.
Styles Stern's gonna flare one out in left field. Will be caught by the shortstop, ranging way outside the infield. Prince Fry gonna take a walk. Turunga Lila is in the pitch. Another caught stealing here. Fry was trying to go for 2. Center fielder was going a little too far back. May have pulled a Marcelo Zuna there. Ball dropped in front of him. But nothing comes around to score. It's a scoreless inning for California going bottom of the 8th.
Neskine will ground to the second baseman for the first out. Schneider's going to fly out to center. That'll be the second out. Larry Jones Jr. grounded to the first baseman, and that will be the inning. So we got 3 outs to play for California, 3 outs for Anchorage. Now is the time to make any sort of appearance.
Top of the 9th, Curly Slump's going to start things off with a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Caleb Marco. Marco going to swing through 1, strike 3. And bring up left fielder French Fry. Slumps is taking off for second. He will be safe. A little bit of a dangerous choice there. Third baseman has to run back to make that catch. I'll bring up Lutz. Lutz going to strike out. It's a 1-run game going bottom of the 9th. We are in walk-off territory. Can California close this one? Anchorage walk
They're
off.
keeping James Gordon on the mound, and already this might be a mistake as Diamond gets a single into center field. Max Power, unproductive out as a fielder's choice at second. Jackson Flood's going to send this one to left field. They're playing no doubles baseball. Runner on first and second. Chonk Daddy's going to strike out. Tying run at second. Go-ahead run at first. Outlaw Dipper is going to get this one past the third baseman. Are they going to send the runner from third? They will try. Safe at home. This is a tight game in the bottom of the 9th, and the go-ahead run at second. JQ will strike out. James Gordon has blown this game, and we head to the top of the 10th inning.
Extra inning baseball, everybody's favorite. Leela gonna still be in this one. It's Drew Leahy gonna lead things off with a single into right field. That'll bring up Styles Stern. Stern gonna flare one out into left field. The shortstop went way out there to make that catch. Leahy off and running. He will be safe. Well, the ball gets past Diamond behind the plate as Leahy now moves over to third. LaPrince fly, high fly ball into center field. This should be good enough to score him.
Cool.
Ball comes in. It will be a sacrifice fly. It was a little bit closer than you probably wanted it to be. Gonna bring up Arthur Morgan. Morgan's gonna swing through one, strike three. We go bottom of the 10th. Just a one-run game. Can California close it out this time, or will Anchorage tie or win this game?
Well, Neskine will lead things off with a pop-up to the first baseman in shallow right. Brian Wilson on the mound, finally retiring James Gordon. Urs Schneider will strike out, so 1 out to play. Will Brian Wilson hold this game? He's got a 30.38 ERA. Larry Jones Jr. flies out to center field, and Brian Wilson secures this game for California. They go up 2 over Anchorage.
The bot took the save. Everybody, the Firehawks were just freaking out in the chat, but Brian Wilson locks things down and say this one took an extra inning to get done. Game 1, Firehawks take this one 5-4 in 10.
Oof. Not a major offensive appearance on either side, really. A lot of multi-hit games, but Fry goes 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a walk. Good multi-hit games from Diamond, Chonk Daddy, and Dipper on the side of Anchorage. Lutz, Leahy, Morgan, and Martinez for the side of California. Surprisingly, they'll give James Gordon the win for California after he blows the game open and sends it to extras. Wilson does grab the save. Leela does take the loss for Anchorage, but Kanye North, going 6 1/3 with 3 earned runs, is the player of the game. Boy, California leads the series 2-1. We head to game 4 in this back and forth series. Firehawks, Wheelers, now's your time, as I was requested by Enoch to check New York's stamina. So, there you go. There's New York stamina. Congratulations.
They need all the stamina they can get. They're fighting for the World Series.
I see Dirk typing, so I'm waiting here just a moment. As we wait and we get our prediction up, let's just take a preview of what we're going to see later tonight, hosted by LBG, Bauer, and Hummus. We've got the Scorpions, second place in their division, versus the Voyagers, first place in theirs. That's going to be a fun series to watch, and one that's happened quite a few times. Let's go see this, though. All right. Dirk wants changes for game 4. Okay. So, first and foremost, I have to remember how to do this. Leahy. Stealing bases from 5 to 3. So, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. There's 3. Okay. And then let's do the same thing. Let's. Oop. 1, 2. And then French fry. 1. There we go. Yeah. I think Leahy was already at +3. So now he's already at +3. Or he was at +3 and he's at +3 again. Lutz and French fry went down to 3 though. Crash Wagon. For pitcher, you want him back as the stopper at 8th and close, and back to use it for high leverage. James Gordon back to none specified, and I'm going to put it at, I'm assuming, no secondary role. Girk Biglet, middle relief, use more often, none. Well, there you go. There's that. Kingpins. No. Swap Diamond and Kind in the order. Okie dokie. Oops. There we go. Diamond and Kind. Oh, wow. Okay. Swap Diamond and Kind. For both. That is a change, but there you go.
Technically a change.
Yeah, I mean that's a big change. It's a change. All right, we got the thumbs up from Dirk. We got our wheelers waiting there, and I am denying Sarah.
Wait, hold on. Apparently there's some high rolling going on here.
Yeah, I saw.
Hummus God apparently put everything in
Oh, uh-oh.
for the Firehawks to score first. I mean, they get the first crack at it.
It's true. That is how that would. You're right. We have 25,000 points from Hummus on the Firehawks of who scores first, and 30,000 from Dirk. Why are you voting against your own team there, dude? Come on. 30,000 from Dirk on the Wheeler
team
scoring
scores first, or he gets money. So,
you know what? You make a good point.
also, lol, Dirk. Oh, Slugs is not happy.
Well,
right.
here
So
we go. Game 4. California up 2-1 in the series. At the very least, we are heading back to... Wait. No. I'm dumb. Ignore me. We're moving on to Game 4. I just don't know how to count. California with Mrs. Dirk on the mound. Anchorage with cap penalty.
Whew. Leaving things off here. James Lutt's gonna get a ground out. Drew Leahy gonna ground out to the first baseman. That'll bring up Styles Stern. Pop up. The pitcher almost stole that one from the first baseman out there. But California, 1-2-3 inning here for a cap penalty. But the first can Anchorage score to give Dirk some money.
JQ's going to pop this one up in the infield, and that'll be the third baseman taking that one for the first out. Diamond! Oh, that's not out, but that will drop in front of the wall for a double. Good play there by management, and Schneider scores first for this game. The Wheelers take a 2-0 lead with Schneider's 2-run homer.
Thomas just lost all of his points.
Larry Jones Jr. will strike out swinging, and right as Dirk sent "I hope I lose it all," we see a Schneider homer. Ness Kind grounder to the shortstop will end this inning, but Anchorage grabs a 2-0 lead early. However, it is not a 4-0 lead.
All right, LeBron's Fried leading things off here. Gonna get one down over into right field. Will just be a single. Bring up designated hitter Arthur Morgan. Hot shot over to third, but it'll be a 5-4-3 double play. Clearly, bases. Danny Martinez grounds one over to the shortstop. 1-2-3 inning here for cap penalty. We go bottom of the second. Anchorage still leading by 2.
Max Power with a little bloop to second for the first out. Flood holds his swing on a full count and will take a walk. Chonk Daddy will watch Jackson Flood steal second and follow it up with a fly ball to left for the second out. Oakwood Dipper hitting .406 in the 9-hole. Flies out to center and will end the inning. So 2 quiet innings back-to-back with still just a 2-0 lead for Anchorage.
I swear, every time you say Outlaw Dipper's name, it changes every time. Curly slumps will ground out to the shortstop. Caleb Marco gonna fly one out over to the second baseman. French fry, fly ball into left field. Be a 1-2-3 inning here for Anchorage. And yeah, every time you try to say Outlaw Dipper, it just comes out different every time. You said Oakwood Dipper that time.
Yeah, it's the James Love, James Louv, James. James Q.
I don't know who the user is for Dipper. So.
Me either. JQ will get a shot into left for a double. Diamond gets him over to third. Schneider will score the run with a single into center. Larry Jones Jr. is going to take a walk. I am finally caught up. We've got runners on first and second with Ness Kind hitting .237. He's going to drop that in nicely for a single. They'll score the run from second. Uh-oh. Max Power up and that's going to drop into right field. They may have just broken the curse. It is a 5-0 lead, as opposed to the 4-0, which seems to be danger for either team.
Oh, we got a mid-game bet.
Mid-game bet for the 9th inning. How many runs in the 9th? Chunk Daddy's going to fly out to right, and that'll be the end of the inning. Anchorage is up 5-0. They've skipped the 4-0 curse, or have they?
Caleb Marco has been an absolute stud out there defensively and right. James Lutz gonna lead things off with a single. They'll bring up Leahy. Leahy gonna ground out second baseman to short. Back to first, a double play. Sile Stern gonna ground out to the shortstop. That'll be end of that inning. Cap penalty is just rolling. This start. We go bottom 4.
Oakwood Outlaw Dipper is going to ground out to the shortstop. I don't know why I really want to say Oakwood every time. JQ will take a walk, so runner on first for Richard Diamond. He's going to fly out to left field. Schneider is going to watch Q successfully steal second. So runner in scoring position for Schneider, grounded to the first baseman. And that will be the inning. I know why now. There used to be an Oakwood or a Dogwood something that I'm used to.
Oakwood stud.
Sure.
That's a play I remember. Prince Fry gonna fly out to center field. Arthur Morgan gonna get a single up the middle. Bring up Daniel Martinez. Morgan gonna steal second. Martinez high fly ball into right center field. Will be caught out there. Morgan will tag to third. That'll bring up Slumps. Slumps watches one go past for strike 3.
Mason's making fun of us.
It's okay.
Larry Jones.
May Oakwood stud live on forever.
Larry Jones will strike out swinging Neskine with trying to get an infield single, but gets thrown out. Max Power will strike out swinging. I have no clue why I want to mix the players Dogwood Maple and Oakwood Stud whenever I see Outlaw Dipper.
Some things just, come from the heart. Caleb Marco gonna ground out to the third baseman. French Fry gonna ground out to the first baseman. He takes it himself for the second out. That'll bring up Lutz. Lutz gonna watch one go by for strike 3, right down the pipe. Whew, cap penalty, just cruising through this game now. We go bottom 6.
Dirk said I said Outlaw Daddy at some point. That wouldn't surprise
You did.
me.
I think it
Jackson
was
Floyd,
right as he hit a home run.
yeah. Outlaw Dippers. Listen, okay. Grounder to second, grounder to third, grounder to second. 3 up, 3 down. Still 5-0 Gabe. Going to the top of the 7th for California. I'm falling apart.
It's okay. It's okay. Truly, gonna ground out to the first baseman. Tato's Style Stern gonna ground out to the shortstop. They'll bring up hot hitting LaPrince Fry. Fry gonna keep hitting hot. He's hitting over 500 in the playoffs. Gets a single, and he will steal second. Arthur Morgan to try to score him. That ball will get down in the outfield. Fry is racing around. The shutout is gone. California scores their first run. An RBI single by Arthur Morgan in the 7th inning, and he is out by a mile. Richard Dickey Diamond guns out to Arthur Morgan at second.
If Diamond isn't the MVP of this series, no matter who wins or loses, I will riot. Q's going to ground her to the third baseman. Diamond will ground to the first baseman. Schneider gets that one into right field. So runner on first for Larry Jones Jr. It's going to be a fly ball to center field. That should be an easy out, and it is. We have the 4-run lead.
Jose Nacio Slavnacion, the best bot. we didn't even notice. Flame Dragon, your new pitcher in this one. Danny Martinez is going to go on with a walk. Curly Slump's going to get one down for a single. Flame Dragon pops one up into foul territory. Third baseman will make that snag. French Fry swings through one for the second out. A running start there. That'll be an infield single by James Lutz, and the bases are juiced. Drew Leahy will strike out. Was trying to go for the tying hit right there, but just couldn't get wood on it.
The Wheelers will hopefully bounce back here, at least for their hopes. Ness Kine flies out to center field. Max Power grounder to the shortstop. Jackson Flood will strike out, and we head to the top of the ninth. California is down 4. Will Anchorage tie the series, or will Cal go up 3-1?
All right, fly out in the left field starts this off. Prince Fry going to go down on strikes. 2 outs now. They need some 2-out magic, but Arthur Morgan, handled by one schoolboy shoe, is up to the plate. He's going to ground one over to first baseman. That'll end the game. Series tied 2-2 now. Anchorage will stretch this one. We will need at least 6 games to end this series.
So series tied at 2. So we will for sure, now I can say it, we will for sure be heading back to California to, I was corrected, it is San Bernardino, not LA. I just assumed because they were using Dodger Stadium, which is a good stadium. Wheelers take down the Firehawks 5-1 in Game 4. Schneider's going to be your player of the game, is my guess, going 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs. A couple multi-hit games from Lutz, Fry, and Morgan on the side of California. Cap penalty takes the win for Anchorage. Mrs. Dirk takes the loss. Schneider is indeed your player of the game. And we head to Game 5.
Game 5, this is a huge game, the biggest game of any series. That it basically puts you in a win situation immediately the next game. So whoever wins Game 5, they're sitting pretty. The other ones are on the back foot. This should be a fun one.
All right, Firehawks. We've got Arthur Morgan needs to drop down from 5 to 3. There you go. Crash Wagon is going to be stopper. 7th and close, high leverage. James Gordon goes back to middle relief. Used more often. High leverage. Girk Big Lit is middle relief. Normal usage. None. And you would like me to check Camden. Camden is he's at 100. All right, we are good to go. Wheelers, you got some time? I've been requested to check Death Valley stamina, so there you go, Death Valley. Radio silence means I am moving on. Let us head to Game 5. I can count. 2 plus 2 is 4. Ooh, the Wheelers are doubling down. Not even my own team trust I serve to take hypo. We head to Game 5. Last game at the Baltimore Memorial Field at the Igloo. After this game, we head back to California, back to the sunny state. I actually don't know if that's what it is, but you know, there's sun in California, and there's not a lot of sun in Anchorage in the winter. We've got our new bet. We've got total stolen bases at 3.5. That is an interesting one, as Diamond has been throwing out everyone when they try and steal second. So
Except for Leahy, for whatever reason, he is the one who can get past him.
No, I mean,
had 2 steals on him in the last game. So, should be
that's
fun.
just because they're buddies. Oops, sorry. I totally forgot. You guys can see my main screen. I'm gonna go check my email. I'll do it on my phone. My bad. Oops. I did see I have an email. That's what I'm gonna
email, my friend.
Get rid of that. Deleted. Jeez, just mental like, I should check my email. It's been a while. Oops, totally forgot you guys can see my screen. All right, let us go into Game 5. California versus Anchorage. John Camden Jr. versus Beta Bombs.
All right, baby. James Lutz leading things off here against Beta Bombs. Looks like the roof is open tonight. It'll be a fly ball over into left field. Drew Leahy gonna fly one out into center. We're out number 2. That'll bring up McClobber. McClobber gonna ground one over to the third baseman. 1, 2, 3 inning here for Bombs. Start off the game. Head to the bottom of the first. See how Anchorage starts things off.
The roof is actually on fire as JQ is going to take a walk here. Diamond.
Oh,
wow, an error from Diamond is going to put JQ on second. They tried the back pick at first. I've not seen that in a while, but they'll walk Diamond, so result is the same. Schneider takes a walk, and Camden Jr. has loaded the bases. And they'll get the double play from Jones Jr., but Anchorage will take the run. Oh, that's not Diamond. Jeez. God. Diamond was at the plate. I got confused. Neskind will strike out, and Anchorage will get a 1-run lead.
Top of the second here, Styles starting to lead things off. He will take a 4-pitch walk.
Out of the park.
I'll bring up Fry. Catcher racing out into foul territory will make that snag. Hard hit ball by French Fry. Oh, but it just dies at the track. I thought that had a chance to go. Looked good off the bat. Daniel Martinez going to get down a single. Runner will move first to third. Curly slumps. A grounder over to shortstop, over to first. Will get that third out. California making a little bit of noise, but can't get a run to score, unfortunately.
A weird first inning for Anchorage follows up with Max Power flying out to left. Jackson Flood grounds to the second baseman. Chonk Daddy pop up to the second baseman, and that'll end the inning. So Anchorage is up 1-0 with 0 hits. Because reasons.
Caleb Marco going to lead things off here in the top of the third. We'll get a ground out over to third. Bring up James Lutz. Lutz going to swing through one. Will go down on strikes. Oh, you good?
Yeah, my mic attacked me.
Drew Leahy going to ground out to second baseman. We got a rogue microphone attacking the booth here.
We'll head to the bottom of the third as this microphone gets underway. Outlaw Dipper will get the first hit of this game for Anchorage with a single to center field, and then will be immediately thrown out at second in a 5-4-3 double play. Diamond, barely thrown out. I don't know about that call, but we don't have instant replay as an out at first ends the inning.
Wilkins McClobber will lead things off here. I love that name. Fly out to left field. Bring up Styles Stern. Stern going to ground out to the shortstop. That'll bring up LaPrince Fry. Fry going to get one down the line at third, but it will be a thrown out at first situation for a 1-2-3 inning for Bombs. We're going to go bottom of the fourth here. Anchorage still only leading by 1.
Schneider will ground out to the second baseman, and that'll end his at-bat. Jones Jr. is going to get this one into left field for a single. Neskind, fly ball, deep left field, caught in the fourth dimension. Max Power is going to drop that one into left center field, and that'll be a single. Jackson Flood pop up out in foul territory. Catcher's got that one, and that'll be the inning. The fourth dimension trying to help out the California Firehawks.
It's just a false door. It's a hologram out there left. Beta Bombs still on the mound here. French Fry going to fly out to center field. They'll bring up Daniel Martinez. Martinez going to get one past the second baseman who launched out with the glove, but just couldn't snag it. They'll bring up Slumps. Slumps going to ground one over to third. Not going to go for the double play on this one. Just going to content to take that out there. Well, that ball is hit really hard over into left. That one is gone. Caleb Marco, a 2-run home run. 406 feet on a rope. into left. Just gets into those Crawford boxes. I guess they're not really a hologram. They do, in fact, exist. James Lutt's going to get one down in the right field corner. Let's get a little stuck there, but he'll stay there with a double. Leahy, a little bit of a stutter on that swing. Was way behind it, but California does take a 1-run lead, scoring 2 off of that Caleb Marco 2-run home run.
Chunk Daddy will lead things off with a walk in the bottom of the 5th, wanting to get that run back, and Outlaw Dipper does so, getting that run and another with a homer to left field following the Firehawks in kind. 2-run inning already with no outs for JQ. 1 out for JQ as he'll strike out looking. Outlaw Wood Dipper Daddy. Diamond grounded to the first baseman, who will handle that themselves. Schneider takes a walk, so runner on first for Larry Jones Jr. Grounder to the first baseman should end the inning, but Anchorage sneaks the lead back. 1-run lead going to the 6th.
Still a 1-run game, surprisingly enough. Wilkins McClobber gonna pop one up in the infield, will be handled by the second baseman. Styles Stern, hard hit ball over in the left field, but it will be caught. I'll bring up LaPrince Fry, who's now hitting under 500. Will take a walk. Bring up his cohort in naming crime. French Fry, as LaPrince Fry will steal second. There's the first stolen base of the game. French Fry will take a walk. That'll bring up Daniel Martinez. Martinez lifts one into right center field, but it will be caught out there for the 3rd out. A little bit of noise still by California. Just can't get runs across. They're still down by 1, going bottom of the 6th.
Neskine will dribble that one in front of the plate. So catcher gets that out pretty easily. Max Power flies out to left field. Jackson Flood's going to get that one into center past the shortstop. That'll be a single. So runner on first for Chunk Daddy, who will ground out to third baseman. And that will end the bottom of the 6th. We'll head to the top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th here, Yukon Cornelius, your new pitcher in this one, as Curly Slumps is gonna go yard down in the right field. 386 feet, 107.5 off the bat. That was a frozen rope to tie the ball game. Bring up Caleb Marco. Marco, ground one over to the shortstop. That'll be out number 1. James Lutz flies one into left. It will be caught for out number 2. Drew Leahy gonna get one. Oh, the second baseman tried to leap for it, just couldn't get a handle on it. That'll be a single. We'll bring up McClobber. McClobber gonna take a walk. Turunga Lila, your new pitcher in this one. Stern swings through on strike 3, but California does tie the game off of the home run from Curly Slumps. Stretch time going bottom 7.
Tied game here, but we've kind of been here before as Oakwood Dip. Oh, I did it again. Outlaw Dipper's going to get that one into right center field for a triple. Oh, that was JQ. Oh, my God. Wasn't even the person. Diamond will fly out to right field. Schneider will ground that one to the shortstop. I'm all sorts of just twisted and spun around, but this game is still tied. We head to the top of the 8th.
Top of the 8th tie game, Turungalila on the mound. The Prince Fry going to go down on strikes. Lead things off as the first out of the inning. That'll bring up his name partner, French Fry. Going to go past the diving third baseman. That'll be a single. To bring up Daniel Martinez. A steal by French Fry, but he's caught stealing. Daniel Martinez going to ground one over to first. You do not run on Diamond.
Diamond's going to get himself like a steak dinner for every day in the offseason from these pitchers. Larry Jones Jr. is going to strike out looking. We are here in the bottom of the 8th. Still a tied game. Ness Kind will ground to the second baseman. Max Power grounded to the shortstop. And that will be the end of the 8th. Top of the 9th. Final inning. 3 outs for each team, and each team needing just 1 run.
And it's betting time, as we had a bet earlier in this game, how many runs would be scored in the 9th. Starting things off here, Curly Slumps, Big Noof on the mound. Slumps will take a walk. Oh, that was a very slow pitch going in there, and Marco just crushes it for a double down the left field line. Over to the third baseman, gonna hold the runners there, getting the out at first. That ball gets past the first baseman. Coming around from second is Marco. It's a double by Leahy. Scoring 2 to take the lead. McClobber gonna ground out to the shortstop. 2 outs now for Styles Stern. Stern gonna get a hit up the middle. Are they gonna send Leahy? He's racing around third. He will score. Whew. RBI single. Fritz Fry coming up. Will fly out to right, but California scores 3 in the top of the 9th to make it a 6-3 game. Going up bottom 9th, Anchorage needs 3 to tie and send it to extras, 4 to win.
This is exactly what you want as an Anchorage Wheeler fan. Get your first man on base. Jackson Flood with a single. Chunk Daddy will strike out looking, bringing hot hitter Outlaw Dipper. Remember his name, because I won't. He flies out to center field. JQ with 2 outs. Gets the one past the shortstop. They'll put runners on the corners for Richard Diamond, who's going to get the one into right field. That'll score 1 run. Schneider is going to fly this one to right, and that will be the end of this game. California, heading back home, has the lead in this series, 3-2.
Everybody's hated on Wilson. He's got 2 saves. 2 saves in the World Series so far, man. Like, these bots, man. The bots are absolutely cracked. Y'all hating. Y'all just hating in the chat there. I see you.
In a wild game 5, California takes it 6-4. Total steals for our bet was only 1 from Fry and 1 caught stealing from Fry. I'm going to try and guess the player of the game might go to Marco, going 2 for 4 for 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Though Oakwood Dipper does pretty much the same I did it again. Outlaw Dipper pretty much does the same thing, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. Pitching-wise, Crash Wagon grabs the win for California with Wilson getting the save. Cornelius gets the blown save, and Noof takes the loss for Anchorage. Caleb Marco is your player of the game, as I suspected. So we go back to an off day and back to California to Game 6. Elimination game for the Wheelers. Potential walk-off win for the Firehawks.
Firehawks have the chance to go back-to-back in the World Series.
I cannot do what you're asking. The game will not let me.
Wait, hold up. Pull up Cornelius's playoff stats.
Has he even played?
I think he pitched.
Did he pitch?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. Go look.
No, he had a single at bat most recently? No, that was
Okay.
in the 4th. He pitched last game? What? Why? Why would they pitch him?
What? Hold up.
Okay, I'm going back to Game 5 game log. Nope, that's wrong. Box score.
On the box.
Okay, Cornelius.
Whoa,
why was he in the 7th inning?
Whoa, what?
Why was he in the 7th inning? What? You have pitchers.
I can't. I just can't. Why?
You have pitchers.
What?
You have pitchers. I can't put him on the reserve roster. I'm not allowed. Why?
Oh my god.
Why? Oh, he's a changed pitcher. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go for Firehawks because I can actually do your stopper, eighth and lead, high leverage for Crash Wagon, Gordon, middle, use more often, stopper, Girk, Biglet, middle, and then high leverage. Why would you do that? And why is the AI dumb?
Is he a two-way player? Because he was
That's
like
what they're
his
saying.
bot.
He used to be when he was made. I guess he used
Well,
to be a
let's see.
pitcher.
I would like to see this.
Why does he have pitching stats? It's so stupid.
He hasn't pitched in a while though.
He pitched 2 seasons ago and just recently.
Who knows? That's weird.
Wow. Yeah, I don't really know what to.
I mean, LBG, you do have a point. It was game 5, so the 3 back-to-back games. So like, that is fair. But also, you have other pitchers in the bullpen.
Yeah.
Like,
Cornelius? Yeah, he's not set to be used as a two-way player.
oh
Jeez.
man. Oh Lord.
I got nothing. I can't kick him off.
That's a bet.
I can't kick him off.
Dirk has seemingly put nearly everything on
boy.
the line in this one. 90% say California will win it here. Those 4 people in that 10%, if Anchorage wins, they are getting paid big time. This isn't as big as the last World Series bet where like you had like tons of people going all in on Game 7. Cause that was fun. That was great. Because it was like a 50-50 bet, but there was like millions of channel points on the line for that one.
Well, there you guys go. He is he is a free agent. He is no longer on your team. It's interesting that you can kick a player off the team in the playoffs, but you can't put him on the reserve roster. That's so dumb. Okay.
He'll never do it again.
All right. Well, here we go. Game 6.
Did you take care of the Firehawks changes?
Yeah. Or at least
Okay.
I thought I did. Let me just make sure one more time.
You never put a screenshot, so I was worried.
Fair enough. Here's the screenshot.
I'm always worried.
Okay, there we go.
Cold not putting a screenshot in? Oh no.
Here we go. Game 6. Back in the Blazing Kettle. That's a good name. I like that name.
Neat.
I missed the Kingpin changes. Good. With that, we'll head into Game 6. Apollo Somerville starting for the Wheelers. Kanye North starting for the Firehawks. Home field advantage. Could the Firehawks walk it off? Or will the Wheelers send it to Game 7? This is Do or Die. Here we go. JQ will lead things up against Kanye North. And that's going to be a leadoff single for JQ, so early offense from the Wheelers. Richard Diamond's going to send this one to center field. Just caught at the warning track. Schneider is going to wait for JQ to steal, and JQ is caught stealing. And Schneider will ground that one to the catcher. And that'll end the inning. Running yourselves out of the inning seems to be a common theme in this series.
Apollo Somerville on the mound. James Lutz will lead things off here. He will take a 4-pitch walk. Not wanting to throw anything to him. He's off and running. He will steal second base. A rare instance. Drew Leahy will ground out to second baseman, moving Lutz over to third. Style Stern We'll take a walk. Double play is in order here. But LaPrince Fly gonna launch one out of here. 102.5 miles per hour off the bat, 378 feet, just scrapes over the wall. 3-run home run by California, leading things off here in the game. There's still only one out in the inning. Arthur Morgan gonna get one down over in the left field. He will be on with a single. And he's off in a race, and this time he's caught stealing. Man, Arthur Morgan just cannot steal on Diamond. Daniel Martinez is going to fly out to center field. But California taking a 3-0 lead for the 3-run home run.
With a 3-0 lead, Larry Jones Jr. grounds out to the second baseman. Ness Kine's going to send this one deep to right center, but caught for the second out. Max Power pops this one up in the infield, and that'll be the end of the second inning. The Firehawks with the 3-0 lead.
Curly Slump's gonna lead things off here. Grounds out to the first baseman, takes himself to the bag for the first out. Caleb Marco gonna go down on strikes. Gonna bring up French Fry, the left fielder, in the 9-hole spot. Gonna put a dribbler in front of the catcher, but a throw over to first will be a 1-2-3 inning for Somerville. After giving up that 3 spot there over in the first, comes out and settles down a little bit. We go top 3.
Jackson Flood will strike out swinging there to lead things off for Anchorage. Chonk Daddy is going to pop this one up for the catcher. Outlaw Dipper is going to ground her to the second baseman, and that will end this inning. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for California. They are cruising through this game.
Bring up James Lutz. First baseman was off and running. It'll be the center fielder couldn't make that catch. It'll be a double by James Lutz. Drew Leahy gonna go down on strikes. I'll bring up Stern. The ball's gonna get away from the catcher Diamond. Lutz is gonna move over to third. Check swing by Stern. He did not go around. He will take his base. They'll bring up the high hitter, LaPrince Fry. The ball gets away from Diamond, and Lutz is gonna score. Couple of wild pitches by Apollo Somerville. LaPrince Fry, hot hitter, gonna fly out in the right field. No tag opportunity there. Arthur Morgan gonna get a single up the middle. Are they gonna send Stern around? They will, but the ball's gonna get there way ahead of time. Gonna tag him down at the plate. But Firehawks will score another run. Lots of base running issues here this series.
JQ will ground to the third baseman. Diamond finally getting someone on base for the Wheelers. Hopefully they don't run themselves out of the inning. As I say that, woof, Diamond steals second. Schneider's getting on first there, so runners on first and second for Larry Jones Jr. Grounded to the shortstop. They'll get the fielder's choice at second. Ness Kind will strike out swinging, and that will end the inning. California still up with their 4-0 lead.
Daniel Martinez will lead things off here. He will take a walk. Lots of leadoff walks here for the California hitters. Curly Slumps, high fly ball into left field, will die just short of the track. Bring up Marco. Marco, fly ball into center field. That will be caught. Out number 2. French Fry up to the plate. Line shot to left field will be caught out there for out number 3. California is still holding on to a 4-run lead. We go top of the 5th. Anchorage needs to get something going.
Max Power grounder to the pitcher will be the first out. Flood grounder to the first baseman. Chonk Daddy's going to line that one to left field, and the left fielder Fry with a diving play is going to save it from being extra bases. Still 4-0 lead for California.
Hot hitter James Lutz going to lead things off here. He's going to ground out to the second baseman. It'll bring up Drew Leahy. Leahy going to ground out to first. And Styles Stern. Stern going to ground out to short. 3 ground outs from Somerville keeps California scoreless as we're going to go to the 6th inning. Score has yet to change. Still 4-0.
Outlaw Dipper flies out to right field. That'll be the first out. JQ flies out to center field for the second out. Richard Diamond, will he fly out to left? No, he'll also fly out to center. We almost had it. We almost had a right, center, left.
So close.
But that'll be the third out. 3 up, 3 down again. Anchorage, just no offense in Game 6.
Prince Fry gonna lead things off here. He's gonna get one past a diving second baseman for a lead-off single. He is off and running. He will steal second base. Arthur Morgan stepping up. That ball is high and deep into right field, and that one is gone. A 2-run home run by Arthur Morgan, 387 feet to right field. Puts California up 6-0. Happy birthday, Shu. Noah Hartman, your new pitcher in this game. Daniel Martinez going to ground out to the shortstop for first out of the inning. Curly slumps. Second baseman races out in the outfield. Will make that catch for the second out. Caleb Marco will ground out to the first baseman. Anchorage has dug themselves deep into a hole, but they have scored in bunches before. See how the answer is. We head to the 7th.
Yeah, late in this game, 9 outs to play for Anchorage. They'll get a single from Schneider to lead things off here. Larry Jones Jr. is going to ground into a 5-4-3 double play. That is not what you need when you're down 6. Ness Kind will actually follow that up with a solo shot to left, almost into the bullpen. One of the fans just was able to sneak that over the wall there. 387 feet, so only a 5-run lead now, but not exactly what you're looking for late in this game. Max Power, the first baseman, bobbles it. That could spell disaster. No, it will not. Jackson Flood flies out to right. And that will end the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch coming up, and we'll head to the bottom of the 7th.
Well, Hartman still remaining on the mound here. Fred Fry going to line out to the shortstop. James Lutz going to ground out to the first baseman. Takes it himself for the second out. Drew Leahy going to ground out to the... I spoke too soon. A little bit of a bobble there at first base, and suddenly Leahy finds himself at second base. Styles Stern going to get one into the into the left center gap for a double, scoring Leahy and adding another run to California's lead. Prince Fry going to drop one into the outfield. They're going to send Stern around. That'll be another run. We're out here. Defense has hurt Anchorage in this game. Hard hit ball by Arthur Morgan. Not going to send Fry to third. Daniel Martinez will go down on strikes. California attacks on 2 to bring their lead to 7. So we go into the top of the 8th. Anchorage only has 6 outs to work with.
Jonk Daddy will take a walk. 7 runs down, 6 runs, or 7 runs down and 6 outs. Make that 5 as Outlaw Dipper flies out to center. JQ will take a walk. Runners on first and second for Richard Diamond. Grounded to the third baseman. Will this be a double play? Nope. They'll get the fielder's choice at second. Schneider is going to get that one to the shortstop. They'll get the out at second. And that will be the end of the inning. So only 3 outs for Anchorage and 7 runs are needed to send this to Game 7.
Bottom of the 8th. Ground ball back to the pitcher by slumps. That'll be out number 1. Caleb Marco going to ground at 1 out to the second baseman. French Fry, hard hit ball into center field, but it will die and be caught. 1-2-3 inning there for Hartman. Gave it his all on that mound. Absolutely gassed. We go top of the 9th. Last chance for Anchorage.
Larry Jones Jr. will ground out to the second baseman. 2 outs. Ness Kind is going to get this one into center field. Drops in for a single. 2 outs, 7 runs needed. Max Power at the plate. Grounded to the second baseman. 4-6-3. Double play ends. California wins the Minor League World Series 4-2. And California is going wild. The Ka-Ka-Ka-Kas are in chat. The 13 gifted subs. California wins 8-1. Morgan gonna be your player of the game. Most likely going 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. North takes the win for California's pitching. Somerville takes the loss. In an upset, LaPrince Fry takes player of the game, going 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs. California takes the win, takes the series in 6. Let's take a quick look at this here. They give series MVP to LaPrince Fry for California. Prince Fry going 12 hits on 23 at-bats, a singular home run, 7 RBIs, hitting .522 with a .556 on base and .652 slugging in this series. Oof.
Somewhere California dreaming is blasting on full.
And there we go. So, the Minors League World Series is over. With that, we'll go ahead and get this index updated and most likely see you all again in approximately
2 hours?
2 hours, yeah. As we head into our index update here. As a reminder for those interested in seeing Death Valley take on the New York Voyagers, tune in at 6 Eastern. So it is currently almost 4 Eastern. Tune in at 6 Eastern to see that series go underway, hosted by Legally Blind Gamer, Hummus God, and some stinky man named Bauer. Ooh, AS Moosiar when? Ooh, yeah, when you gonna
Oh
do
man, I don't know. Maybe the next charity event.
Oh, there we go.
I'll turn my gain up real high for you. Yeah, this was a very fun series. Lots of back and forth. All of these one game was a walk-off, one went to extras. It was all close to the very end. In all but pretty much that last game. We even saw a position player pitch. That was fun. But it was just a wild series. Just the number of steals and caught stealings was hilarious. Defense was optional at times. There were some great diving catches out there in the outfield, particularly by Firehawks right fielder Caleb Barco. He made like 3 diving catches and a sliding one. It was insane. There's been some weird physics in the sim, as there always is. There was a rocket off of the left field wall that bounced at one point for a double. I don't remember. I don't know if you remember seeing that, but that happened.
We had the fourth dimension
We had
catch.
we had the fourth dimension into the scoreboard out there in left in the Crawford boxes.
We had one pickoff at first, a back pick from the catcher.
Yeah, a back pick from the catcher. We had one that went wrong.
We had a back pick error from the catcher.
Same catcher both times.
Right, yeah, that's right. Both the California catcher.
I mean, I am personally partial to the back pick catcher. If you haven't seen from like a couple of spring trainings ago, Williams Astudillo no look back picked a guy during spring training, just whipped it over there. It was great. It's like you got to be quick back to that bag, man. Like, you're gonna get caught.
You can't lollygag.
Yeah, 2 pass balls in a row for a run. That was wild. Wild pitches, I guess they were counted as. I mean, some pitchers just aren't meant to be on the mound in high leverage situations, and it kind of shows. It's kind of crazy.
We had, I think you already mentioned it. We had the position player give up a homer, apparently,
and was immediately pulled after that.
Was immediately pulled and then cut.
And then cut. He's gone.
Yeah, he has retired from baseball.
Throw a position player out there. Oh, you gave up a home run. Gone.
Yep, just gone. Just cut off the team. Exiled. No pay. Just gone. We had multiple.
They dropped him into the Arctic wilderness.
Yeah, just left him at the airport in Anchorage. Gave him
Good
the
luck.
old USC head coach treatment. We had Yukon Cornelia. We
To be fair,
had
you guys were
we just had like
the game was
multiple.
lost even without.
Oh yeah, I think it was like a 4-run win or something. The 1 run wasn't a huge deal.
Oh, hi, LBG. What are you doing here?
Oh,
Hello.
we have an LBG here.
What are you doing here?
I
You
just
weren't
wanted
part
to.
of this World Series.
No, I just wanted to stop by for just a second and just remind everybody the Majors is on at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight with Bauer and Hummus God, Voyagers and the Scorpions. Hope we see everybody there.
Yeah, be there. LBG is one of the best streamers we have. So
Aw.
As
you
100%
get to you
true.
get to hear the signature LBG gasp and possibly a few wows along the
Wow.
way.
And Hummus will be there, so
Right.
we all get to make fun of him.
Right.
Yes, this is also true.
Too bad his player's not in the World Series. That would be the best.
Oh, that is, yeah. Well, I mean, he's on Sarasota. So.
I know.
It'll be a while before that would happen.
Right.
Could be a
Well,
hot minute.
anyways, great stream, you two. Have a good one.
Yeah,
Thank
see
you.
you in a couple hours in chat. Yeah, so again, those looking forward to the Voyagers Death Valley showdown in approximately 2 hours. Make sure you come back, because we're going to have more fun. We're going to have more predictions. We're going to have more crazy games, I'm sure. More close games. Might see a drop third strike leading to like a, who knows, a 2-run homer to walk off the World Series. You never know what could happen.
And then next week, is a busy week both for the PB and for real life baseball. Opening day is this upcoming Thursday.
Indeed, where's my what?
I will be at the Twins game on opening day as the Twins face off against the Mariners at 3:10 p.m. Central Time at Target Field. It is slated to be 40 degrees Fahrenheit
Oof.
with about 19-mile-an-hour winds. So that'll be fun.
You're going in like a t-shirt and shorts, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
it's
beautiful,
a beautiful
spring
day.
weather. I am in t-shirt and shorts right now,
I
as
am
it is
in-
like 50 degrees outside.
I am in sweatpants and a sweater because I have a ceiling fan above me.
The duality.
Yeah. Yeah, next week we've got
Yeah,
some
and
interesting stuff planned even after the Majors World Series. We've got our Majors draft for those of you right now that are currently in the minor leagues. We've got Enoch hosting something I'm going to be able to actually tune into for the first time. The Prospect
Same.
Showcase. Get to go see Yoi Vodov be bad. We'll have the Miners Draft on Saturday at the moment, currently hosted by Rabbit, unless things change. We have then the award stream next Sunday. Go see if your player wins some awards, and then we'll jump into spring training the week after and get back on the road. So we've got ourselves, as usual, a continuation of the PBE, even though opening day will be on Thursday next week. Finally.
Oh, it's been so long.
It has.
We're both of us are in the showcase and in the minors draft. I even got some scouting messages as I was casting, so we should maybe answer those after we're done here.
You surprisingly, I got a singular scouting message that I actually think was a joke scouting message, from one of the Sarasota War Room people.
I know I got that immediately as well too. I've
Yeah.
gotten a few similar to that. Yeah, I'm excited to get back into the minor leagues. I've always enjoyed the minors compared to the majors, but that's just a me thing.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just been, gosh, almost like a year and a half since I've actually been able to be interested in the minors, because I've been in Death Valley, been with Boise, I've been with Sarasota since middle of like 2019 or 2020.
That's crazy.
It's It's been a long time. Looking. Oh, you were actually scouting me for the Hepcats. Okay. I wasn't entirely sure.
Man, I've only gotten like 2 minor league scouting messages. Twins, where's my message? I thought we were friends, man.
Oh, here,
I thought
hey,
we were friends.
I'll scout you.
I thought we were partners here. You know, like Twins fans. We gotta stick together.
There you go. I sent you a
Like
scouting
I know
message.
I know why you have 34 on your name. I know why.
It's because that's the last
boy.
time you all won a World Series, 1934.
No, that was that was 91, sir. That's also before my time.
Oh well, okay. I sent you a scouting message in case you're just so you have
scouting
one.
message.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. I had one of the scouts came into my DMs and was very upset.
Oof.
It's like, this team is the only team you care about. We'll see about that.
Scout him anyway,
sad.
Twins. Do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
Yeah. Send him a scouting message right now.
Just for funsies. We can just talk to Twins for like an hour. Be great.
There, see? Just draft him to the Twins.
Yeah, how do you feel about Joe Ryan being the opening day starter? Like,
Ooh.
it's not something I saw coming, but I mean, kid's pretty good. So I'm excited to see him pitch.
I might be a Twins fan this year. We'll have to find out.
You might be.
Yeah.
That's right. You're floating around.
Yeah, I am a MLB free agent fan right now. We will see where I end up at the end of the year.
I mean, it depends. Do you wanna stay in the National League, or are you gonna move over to the American League? There's a lot of great teams to kind of be rooting for.
There are great teams like the Orioles.
I mean, you could always like
the Pirates.
You could always go to you go to the what's his name? You know, you got like the bandwagon type teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees. You know,
No, I said
the
good
big
teams.
market teams. I know. It's like,
good teams like the Diamondbacks.
the Braves just won a World Series. I don't know how they're gonna deal with losing some players. So they got some other people back. The Tigers, you know, got some up and comers. Spencer Torkelson just got named to the opening day roster. That's exciting. You know, number 1 prospect for that team, number 4 overall in the MLB. You know, pretty exciting kid can hit. And
I mean, yeah. There's the Rangers. There's the Twins. There's the Orioles.
Oh, Riley Green broke his foot. Oh no.
There's the Diamondbacks. I could go be a D-backs fan.
Man, like the Pirates are doing like
something.
They blew stuff up. They're doing something. Like you're making stuff work in the draft. Like Henry Davis is really good. This Anthony Solomedo's apparently really good. Has some Mad Bum vibes. If you've seen him pitch, has like the exact same arm action. That's crazy. I mean, Brian Reynolds is still on your team, so
listen.
now...
as a previous Cincinnati Reds fan, I understand the pain of the Pirates. I get it. I know what y'all go through.
Yeah.
Anyone
It's
in the NL
rough.
Central has got a feel for.
I mean, Mitch Keller put like 4 miles an hour on like all of his pitches.
Dang.
So, I know it's crazy. Like, just his fastball, I think, went from averaging like 93, 94 to now 97. It's crazy.
I can't even. Walk
I don't
at
know
4
what he
miles an
did,
hour.
but he added speed. So, I mean, it's a fresh season. Anything can happen. So, I mean, just enjoy it for like the first month and a half, and then maybe at that point you give up, or maybe your team is like the 2019 Nationals and just race back and get hot and win a World Series. You never know. Baseball's wild in that way. You never know who's going to break out. So, so that's the fun of it all, right? Yeah, I know. I'm excited. Like, my cousin, who I'm taking to the opening day game, he is a Blue Jays fan.
Ooh.
So he can wear his Blue Jays jersey or hat or whatever to the game and not be completely out of place because Robbie Ray won the Cy Young for the Blue Jays and he is the opening day starter. So, barring any injury. Which rip Mets.
Oof. Just yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
lots of bad
I'm
news
looking
came out the
forward.
past couple of days.
Just looking forward to the season. We'll be able to actually enjoy some baseball for once instead of uh hating everything like usual. And to go see some fun teams probably.
Yeah, I mean, you're down in the Arizona area, so I mean, you got the
Yeah.
Diamondbacks. They're always kind of they're kind of sneaky teams sometimes, you know.
Sometimes.
They're one of those. There's one of those teams that honestly, with how wild the NL West is, they could end up sneaking into the playoffs. Just depends on who gets hot.
And yeah, honestly, I mean, for the Diamondbacks, it's just a matter of will the Giants overperform again, or will the
Giants
Diamondbacks
made
be able
some
to sneak
moves
into the
this
playoffs
offseason
because they're
too.
not beating the Dodgers.
No.
That's not
Well,
happening.
unless some series of unfortunate events happen to the Dodgers. So.
Yeah, it's usually just a lost hope for the Diamondbacks.
But hey, I mean, like, I for one appreciate their color scheme, especially when they break out that teal.
Ooh, oh,
I
eh.
like it.
I like their red
Doesn't
and
mean you
black.
have
That's
to.
cool. Oh, eh.
Yeah.
Their old teal and like off pink was. Eh. Eh. Eh.
But we also get new city connects.
That's true.
So Washington revealed theirs. So it's kind of the cherry blossom type theme. Go for it. I don't remember who the other teams are. I know the Astros are debuting theirs in game on 420, which I thought was fun. So all of the players have to be high as a kite because
course.
space themed. It'll be like everybody's like I want to see the tequila sunrises come back because those are very fun. The gradient. City Connect 2022. So, these hats are honestly probably the hottest thing out of like any like the jerseys are okay. I just love the hats. Looks like we got um Astros on the 20th, Kansas City has one on the 30th of April, Rockies June 4th, Angels June 11th, Milwaukee June 24th, and the Padres on July 8th.
Ooh, very fancy.
So
All right, this index needs to. This index needs
I
to
just
get
want a
going.
cool twin. I just want a cool twins one.
Well, I mean, you might get one.
Eventually,
Maybe it'll be like
2024.
neon
Right?
pink.
uh,
You'll get a
I don't know
twins one,
what
but
it
it won't be good. It'll be
Oh man,
sad.
that would be very upsetting. I don't know what they would do. Maybe they would throw it back to the Washington Senators, or maybe they'll go green
Who
or
knows?
something. I don't know what they would do. There were ideas and now there are none. So maybe they'll be purple. Do like a Prince theme or something like that. That'll be fun.
You could.
They hold off on announcing Prince Night because they know it sells out every year. So we'll see.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna stop the streaming of that.
Yeah.
Uh,
And save any bandwidth that you can.
yeah. Well, now we're just at the click the button, so we're just waiting for the spinny to do the spinnies. This is on the 2nd. I am AU Gold. Moosey is MN Moosey.
Oh, are you paying me right now?
Yeah, I've got nothing better to do.
How dare you pay me?
I know. And for also, you're HO though. You already know this. Yeah, I don't have to tell you. You get
Wait,
to
what?
take the thing if you want.
What?
Oh wait, you just recreated, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh
What?
well, then you don't need the
What?
CW pass, do you?
No.
Okay.
I like doing CW because
Fair enough.
Because if it's all about affiliate.
Fair enough.
I cannot handle doing like affiliate is the nicest thing because I'm about to recreate an SHL, so you know.
All right. Well, with that, the index is updated. Congratulations to the Firehawks, as Hummus has posted in Discord. And come back in about 2 hours to come see LBG, Hummus, and Bauer host the Majors World Series. Death Valley makes their appearance yet again versus an always dominant New York Voyagers. And with that, have a wonderful evening, everyone. We will see you all in 2 hours. There's the button.